guys, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snack Bar here. We've got some Chris Rose commentary coming at you here from MLB 2K12. We are still in the minor leagues right now. Shouldn't be too far away, actually, from reaching the majors. I think I've got, well, after this, I think I maybe have 2 or 3 games left before I reach the last little goal of it. Because you guys who may not be so familiar with MLB 2K12 as me, and some of the other players out here, you've got to accomplish certain tasks to be able to advance on to the majors from your minor league career. And the thing is, and this is what takes forever, you have to accomplish every single thing. So depending on what type of player you go with and the role that you have, you're going to have different requirements to be able to advance. Like with Timmy Timmons, the thing that held me back more than anything else was stolen bases, and the only way that I got those stolen bases here was by having runners on first and third, and I had less than 1 out, and I just went for second. So eventually I got that taken care of, but if I didn't know that, it was just trying to steal every single time, man, I would have gotten pretty mad pretty quick, because that would have taken me a long time. I didn't know what I was going for. I had a pretty high stealing success rate, so I guess I should be happy about that, but I don't know. With Chris Rose, it is taking me a little bit longer. Apparently, the fastest that you can move up here into the major leagues is 5 games, but you basically have to have a perfect game every single time to be able to get all the attributes that you need to be able to advance. Now, since Chris Rose is a starting pitcher, things are going to be different, I think, as a closer or as a relief pitcher, of any kind, really. So, I don't know. But anyway, Chris Rose is 5-2. Hopefully we'll make it 6-2 after this game here. Every skill point is helpful. So I like seeing that at the end of the inning here where I get the skill points for not allowing a hit. Actually, I had 2 strikeouts in the first inning here. Now, one of the goals that I have to accomplish is I have to have 2 pitches at 65 or above. Now, my fastball, my 4-seamer, is at the 65 mark, which you can see right now. I am slowly working on getting my 12-6 curve up here. That's what's going to take me quite a while to get it moved up here. I'm trying to go with an increased break of the 12-6 curve, as well as a little bit more control over it here and it being where I ask it to go. So the way that this works and the reason why I'm going with control is, let's say in a situation like this, let's say I'm going with the 12-6 curve here. Now I was aiming high and outside. Now, if I don't have good control of it, it could be high and in the middle, and then it goes into a spot where I've been throwing the ball quite a bit. Computer knows what's coming, and basically game over at that point here, as computer will just launch it over the wall. But so I want to have that. I'm definitely going to have to work on stamina at some point. I just want to go ahead and get to the major, so I'm not too concerned about it right now. Because Chris Rose, I don't know how I did this, but the very first game I had with Chris Rose, I ended up getting a complete game shutout. Haven't had anything like that since then, even though that my skill points have been spent to allow me to be able to improve. My overall is a lot better than what it was during the first game that I had, but I can last about 6 or 7 innings. Sometimes the computer will throw me into 8 innings, which happened last game, and that was just not pretty at all. So I'm not a fan when something like that happens, but I would like to be able to make it 3 more innings here and have, basically everything run out in the 9th inning. But that's going to be quite a ways away. The thing that I do like about my player mode as a pitcher is just all the times in between. I mean, you've got a 5-man rotation, so that means every 5 games I'm back in there here pitching, and time advances pretty quick. So I'm kind of liking that. Now, when I do get to the majors here, I am going to be playing for the Cleveland Indians. For those of you who didn't get a chance to see that here for the first episode that I've done with Chris Rose here, but one of the things I do get concerned a little bit about is how many hits, my team's going to be able to put together here to see if I can get some run support. Now, I see that, like, with Timmy Timmons and playing as the Mets, sure, I can do a pretty decent job hitting, but I don't have the pitching support to be able to back everything up So I end up losing quite a bit of games. But anyway, Chris Rose still doing a great job here in this game. Had a lot more strikeouts here than I was initially anticipating here for the first couple innings. See, we are here in the third, and Akron, which is the team that I'm playing as, is up 4-0 right now. Trying to get over to first here to help out. I felt bad after the last game here where I allowed a hit because I didn't go over there. But anyway, so got 3 pitches here that are improving. Like I said, my fastball is sitting at 65. That's my best pitch right now. Some people like to go ahead and upgrade their two-seamer as well before they go with the 12-6 curve, simply because the two-seamer is better overall than the 12-6 curve. But that 12-6 curve is going to be absolutely invaluable to me here in just the way that I pitch. And I know you guys are wanting me to go ahead and institute a new pitch. I'm going to have to wait on that one here until I get to the majors, because it does take a substantial amount of points to go ahead and purchase a new pitch, and I'm just trying to get out of the minor leagues right now. So every skill point that I get is going towards getting out of the majors here. That's going to go ahead and end the third inning here. Now, did allow a hit to go by, but fortunately no runs here. We are still in the lead and loving it. Look how many runs, though, we scored, though. We scored 12 runs. We are now up 16-0 in the fourth inning. Gosh, that is insane when you think about it. 12 runs in one inning.
0-2.
I've never seen that many runs in one inning come from the computer. This is a blowout, 16-0 now. I guess the computer's going back and making up for all the games that I've been playing in the past where I had absolutely no run support here, but kind of wish I would have spaced this out a little bit. You know, I'm pretty confident, though, since we're up 16-0, that I'm going to come away with the win here in this game, and that's nice for me because I get extra skill points. But the computer is continuing to get some hits off of me here. In the fourth inning, I feel like I've kind of worn down a little bit. Every time that a computer does get a hit, one of my pitches does get reduced in its overall efficiency. And, of course, it's the pitch that I throw on that one. So you can see I still have my 12-6 curve and my fastball in the green. My two-seamer, not so much. And after this hit that goes into right field, we're going to have another one that decreases in its overall value, meaning I get worse as time progresses here, besides the normal energy drain that I get just from pitching. But with runners on first and third, I'm going to try to throw it low to see if I can force the computer to hit into a double play that will go ahead and end this inning. I don't want to give up any runs here. It'd be kind of nice to come away with a shutout, especially when we have 16 runs. That you really can't get more blown out than that here in a game. But that one ends up getting caught here for out number 2. So that means I'm 1 out away here from being able to stop the computer from getting a run. All right, so this one goes on the ground, throwing it over to first. And that's done and over with here. So Chris Rose continuing to get the job done. Has allowed some hits here in the last couple innings, but I don't think we're going to have to be worried about that for too much longer here. Now, I am liking the pitching side of things with my player. I do like being able to strike the balance up here between Chris Rose and Timmy Timmons. Pitching and hitting and fielding, all that stuff here, just very different between the two of them. And I've noticed that I use the My Player mode quite a bit to almost serve as like a practice mode, so to speak, for things like franchise. And when I get back to 30 wins with 30 teams here pretty soon, you know, after I play these games, I feel a lot more confident, and I feel like I do a lot better when I go into the full-on game. Because obviously, with Chris Rose, I am pitching. That is all that I am doing. And I'm not going to lie, Chris Rose is not the best pitcher you're going to find in baseball right now. So I really have to work with what I have, recognize when I'm starting to throw in a way that the computer's going to pick up as a pattern here, and just try to mix things up. But I don't know, that's helpful for me from that side. And then with Timmy Timmons, you do get a lot of swings at the plate, which, of course, helps with your ability to be able to hit the ball. But things still going strong here in the fifth inning. We are still up 16-0 here. Strike number 1 off of that pitch. Let's see if we can get strike number 2. You guys know I'm not afraid to throw at anybody here. That does go for ball 1. That's going to make it a 1-1 count here, as that one ended up being too high. You know, I like throwing high fastballs. I don't like having to hit against them because I do such a terrible job at judging which ones are high and which ones are low when it comes to fastballs. Now the 12-6 curve here really does help me out. Getting strike number 2 is a big weakness for the computer quite a bit. I'm going to try and throw this one low and inside. Computer does make contact with it here, and that is going to be an out. And that's going to go ahead and end the inning here for us as well. So I do allow no hits that inning, which is good because now as we head into the 6th inning, I do want to make sure that our team is set up the best here. Now on the first pitch, this one rolls into center field, and that is going to be a single early on. So like I said earlier, every time the computer gets a hit, there is a reduction in my overall efficiency here. Now I can't imagine what the computer had gone through in that one inning where we had 12 runs, but every little hit hurts me quite a bit. Here's another one that goes into center field, and that'll put a runner in scoring position here, but we do have runners on first and second. So with no outs, I am worried that the computer is going to get some hits here. Computer swinging and missing on that two-seam fastball here. I know a good hit can score 2 runs. At least a good hit will score 1 run here. Swinging and missing on that two-seamer here, throwing that one once again. And now I can go with a couple things. I can go with a 12-6 curve. I can go with the high and fastball inside. I do go with the fastball, but even though I painted it high and inside, it ends up going just straight high right down the plate. So that's what I was telling you guys. Control is huge. I don't like those kind of throws where it doesn't go where I want it to go. So I'll have to work on that with Chris Rose here. I'm going to try and bring it in here with the two-seamer. Ends up working here for strike number 2 on this at bat. Like I said, this stuff matters here at this point. Huge hit can get them some runs. That one goes foul. So what do I really throw at this point here? And that's something I ask myself quite a bit because I only have 3 pitches to go with. 2 are fastballs. 1 is a breaking ball, and that's really it. This one is only going to cause 1 out, not the double play I was hoping for. But now runners on second and third. Watching that one go for strike number 1. Gosh. Now, like I said, I'm not worried about anything because I do have the win, though. I mean, I go back and forth saying I'm worried about them getting runs, but am I worried? I'm worried about that, but not the game as a whole. I mean, I am up 16-0 here. Make that 16-2 at this one goes into center field, and we'll bring both those runners home. And he's going to go ahead and stay on first with a single. All right. So like I said, any hits was really going to hurt me. Ends up being the case here. But we still have a 14-run lead with 3 innings left in the game. All right. So now we're kind of at the bottom here of the lineup for the opposing team, which means we got a pretty good chance of being able to stop them here. And I wonder if the computer's going to go ahead and pull me. I have thrown about 70 pitches at this point, which I know is still pretty low. But the thing is, I don't know. The computer's really starting to pick things up. My ERA is not bad. My walks and hits per inning pitch is not bad either. But I just noticed in the late parts of the game, that's where I have the hardest time. Just being able to prevent hits. Because the computer will pick it up so ridiculously fast. It just boggles my mind. Once it happens, because it's like no matter what I throw, I could literally throw any pitch and they're going to go ahead and swing on the first pitch and get the hit. So a little off on that one here on that 12-6 curve, so that's going to put us here on a 1-2 count. Let's see if we can get the strikeout here as I throw it high and inside. That one goes foul, so we'll go ahead and basically redo this one here as we still have the 1-2 count. Swinging and missing on that high two-seamer, so that one ends up working for me. What a great way to end my performance in this game here, as I do end up getting the win. Doesn't necessarily show the score here, but man, we were up by 14 runs. I would be livid if we went ahead and gave that one up. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I really do. Thank you so much. I can't thank you guys enough. Feel free to subscribe, you guys, if you haven't already. You guys know you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. But anyway, thank you again, and as always, I hope you guys have a good one.